Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Kirby's Air Ride on Rocket Rapid Commentaries. And in this episode, we'll be continuing on through our showcase of Air Ride mode with Machine Passage. I do not actually like Machine Passage as a map, although I will admit that its set pieces are pretty goddamn cool. My big problem with Machine Passage is that I don't have any goddamn experience on it, so I never understand that I can actually break through these fans or whatever the fuck else I'm supposed to do here.
Just go real fast and win races. But what a wonderful contrast of these bright blue lights on, tunnel vision going through, and then, well, now we have yet another color schema, lots of reds and grays.
Ouch! Alright, we just got hit with the mic power-up, and as it should have been noted in our first episode, the mic power is one of the best powers in Kirby Air Ride, because what Mike does is it deals a significant amount of damage and hit stun to all the enemies around the person that uses it. This counts normal enemies and racers.
Oh my god, it's those spiky
Gordos.
dudes it's the Gordos that are wicked spiky and doofy looking with their two stupid eyes.
Yes, and their invincibility, because that is
their invincibility.
Gordos awesome, because they are invincible.
That is funny, because it is a Kirby game, and they have always been invincible.
Now, once we start actually getting into some of the alternate gameplay modes, we'll be able to show off just how amazing Gordos actually are. Ouch!
They remain a force to be reckoned with, and they do not like ice cream.
I don't actually know if Gordos dislike ice cream. I assume that they would, given that they're an enemy in the Kirby universe, and like every enemy in the Kirby universe has at least positive feelings towards ice cream. At least so I assume.
But how do they feel about the ice cream, the ice cream stick that's got Sonic the Hedgehog as the ice cream?
Well, they've never actually seen it, because that particular ice cream product doesn't exist in the Kirby era, in the Kirby universe.
Not yet.
Here we go on to Checker Knights. Checker Knights is actually a pretty damn good map. It only has one particular segment that I dislike, and it's at the tail end where we have to do a relatively complicated slalom. The rest of the race, however, is actually pretty straightforward.
Okay, now I realize what is the difference between what is basically the difference between this game and Double Dash and versus like F-Zero X. F-Zero X, the boost pads, for example, are on the ground, and as I mentioned in the last part, that much of the game is just staying on the course, because you will lose the game if you fall off the track at all. A lot of times there are no barriers or invisible walls, etc. In this game, however, your concentration is both a combination of where you are on the track and the other hazards that are destructible, including the items you can use in order to get them, thus influencing your position.
Yeah, F-Zero doesn't actually do destructible courses all that much. I do recall that in F-Zero GX there are a couple of spots where you can actually break through the course, but they are few and far between.
Well, I guess you could say that the other quote-unquote destructible elements on the map are the other racers.
Yeah, yes, but okay, here's the slalom that I absolutely dislike.
Oh my god.
Because I've got the wheelie power-up and got a relatively decent jump. Damn it! I got to skip the first slalom, but I got hit by the second one because I activated it on accident. The wheelie power-up in this game is actually a pretty significant power for almost all the ride machines. It gives you significantly better acceleration and top speed at the cost of handling like absolute dog shit. Wing actually acts as its own ride machine in this game. It gives you significantly better acceleration and top speed whilst in the air, whilst not actually hurting your, whilst actually giving certain ride machines better handling controls. Specifically, it effectively disables your current ride machine and replaces it with what would be a wing ride machine.
Jump!
Boink.
Spinning. You spin me right
round, Kirby,
baby,
right round, like a Kirby dude, right round. Ouch. And that is what we get for making 80s parodies.
Well, that was an easy one.
Yeah.
And
whoosh. Yay! We actually beat Checker Knights.
I like the fully orchestrated track set we got right now. Yeah, I was gonna say that felt like a longer course than usual.
All right, we got the wheelie bike ride machine. Unfortunately, we did not unlock Nebula Belt, so that's kind of sad. All right, on to Top Ride.
Yay.
Here, have a tutorial for Top Ride. Do you remember Don Fan Racing in Pokemon Stadium 2?
No.
Oh, damn. This is Don Fan Racing for Pokemon Stadium 2, except with slightly more power-ups.
Tilt where you want to go.
Don't use the Free Star. The Free Star is not worth it over the Steer Star. The Steer Star handles significantly better than the Free Star does.
Use one joystick to move. Use the other joystick to kill.
Sadly, no. Once again, it is effectively a two-button game mode with significantly more power-ups than as I mentioned, Don Fan Racing from Pokemon Stadium 2.
Select course. They even changed the way the icons for your game profiles are. Very Super Smash Bros. Honestly, I cannot. This game cannot escape Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Like they look almost identical.
Well, the thing is, it's trying to look like Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
We picked up a tire, so our top speed has been significantly reduced.
Tires are heavy. Yeah. Oh, so you're ahead of me, huh? I'm gonna knock bombs into you. With the ever
third at the moment.
With the ever sprouting bomb flower. So what are we collecting as inventory?
There are various power-ups that we have access to. There's the hey, we actually did win that one. There's the side blades, there's rockets, there's the heavy tires. We just barely won that one.
Don't get the tire though. The tire is the dick item. You don't want any dicks on your hands.
Alright, here we have the sand course. Oh look, it's a Final Fantasy Piranha plant. It's like a sand Melboro.
It's like that one creature from Revenge of the Sith. Yes, exactly like that. Down with you, Boba Fett.
I think you.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah. My mistake.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi is where Boba Fett dies to the Sarlacc.
Feed me.
I still do not have plans to do Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards because I don't actually like Kirby 64.
Man, that game is just, I mean, it's not the best to play, but it's very like nostalgic.
It is very nostalgic. And I argue it is one of the better Kirby games to play. I just don't like it because it specifically requires you to go for 100% in order to actually get the true ending. And the true ending is not honestly all that much better than the normal ending.
It's got an extra boss, though.
It does have an extra boss, but it's the same boss as the rest of the Dark Matter trilogy.
No, don't. Well, because as I recall, the final boss of Kirby 64, the secret boss, used
it's O2.
more. Okay, because I remember they do have bosses where Dark Matter is more like a Super Smash Brothers stage, but the final boss is more like Pokemon Puzzle League 3D mode.
No. I mean, unless you're referring to Epic Yarn's final boss, I don't think you are.
In any case, jump.
Final lap. Trying to keep it where you are, keep track of where you are in Top Ride can be a bit of a challenge. And completing the checklist for Top Ride mode involves you going around these courses several hundred times, and that's why we're not going for a 100% run.
And fire.
The fire course. Honestly, if I had to pick my favorite Top Ride course, it's actually the machine course, which is at the very end of the ladder. Hi, Krakow.
So when you get hit during the main game, do you lose your item?
No. Yeah, no.
Okay, hold on to items. Well, how about when you get hit in this game version?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well,
I
guess it gives you the payback, yeah.
Powers, whereas this game mode actually has items.
Oh, it's got items. It's got retribution.
Thankfully, it does not have retribution for Unreal Tournament.
Final up. I like how we only spend a brief time in the fire course.
Because it's hot in here. Come, my Kirby friends.
All right, on to the light course.
We have many donuts to spin.
The light course is honestly the most confusing of the courses because, yeah, there's destructible environments, and it will randomly spawn in the grind rails that are significantly better for your time if you actually manage to take them than the normal path. But
Case
you know,
point.
it's a bit random as to when they actually end up showing up. So, damn it, Krakow, that was not nice.
You got cracked.
I got Krakowed. Top Ride isn't a mode that isn't. Oh, I had to pause here for some reason.
Gerdad is not amused.
Top Ride is not a mode that I actually play all that often. I do acknowledge that its novelty is pretty high up there, and if you ever want a really short race, you can just hop in and do Top Ride whenever you want. So it does have good reasons for being here. It's just that I'm not a fan of it. Here we go on to the water map, one of the more confusing ones because it looks a lot like a Pikmin map.
I finally get it. It's called Top Ride because our perspective is on top.
Yep.
Bombs.
And it, of course, has this relatively dickish slalom at the end that I do not like doing. I'm not entirely sure if water has any significant shortcuts. Damn it, Gerdit! Stop going the wrong way.
Oh yeah, that would be a pain. You accelerated too soon. Now you're going backwards. God damn it.
Well, actually, getting hit there did throw off my super rocket, so maybe you do lose your items when you get hit here. I don't know. I barely play Top Ride enough to know what the hell goes on for most of these courses.
A lot of frustration, it looks like, because it's way easier to end up going the wrong way in this game than that. For example, yep, because it looks like for a moment you had not quite gotten past the hurdle. So you started turning around, but the turning radius had brought you back to your own destruction.
Go!
Yeah!
Yay, we won!
Sweet. No, you didn't. Oh,
yeah,
yes,
we
did.
won. See, we won by a whole second.
And all right. 77
and now we
hundredths
go
of a
on to
second.
Machine. This is my favorite course because it's relatively simple, but the obstacles in it are still competent.
I like it how I like all these one-word names for the levels.
Yeah, for Top Ride, is very simplistic, and it goes into its level names as well. They're all one word. and they're all based on the themes of the level. Like this is, this would be effectively the inside of the inner workings of either the heavy lobster or the halberd from Kirby Superstar.
Probably the halberd.
I don't remember this many gears in the halberd, though.
Well, they didn't let you see inside the halberd.
Yeah,
the outside is just a texture. It's an optical illusion to give you the sense that it is an object greater than what it says.
For the innards of the halberd.
But did you go into the engineering bay?
No. We found several hidden rooms. One of them was likely an engineering bay. And in the next episode, we'll continue on with Kirby Air Ride. Hey, we actually got a thing.
Find out what it contained next time.